Welcome again. This is Prophet O'Brien taking you through another look at the book of Philemon, where we've been studying about the relationship between a servant and a master and knowing your position and service. Today we want to continue on a made up mind. The importance of having a made up mind. When a mind is truly made up, as we're looking at Paul writing this letter to Philemon concerning a runaway slave, Onesimus, who has taken his Lenten journey to Rome, 1,000 miles away from home. And as he has encountered Paul while he's in prison at presumably the age of 63, Paul instructed Onesimus to return back to that place that he once did offense there, took some things from his master Philemon and ran away. Whatever the circumstances and the situation, but Paul is here instructing Onesimus, go back. And Onesimus, in his own self, had a made up mind that I will listen to the instructions of Apostle Paul, and I will go back to this place, though it may seem hard and may seem a little bit overwhelmed to return back to face his master. But I'm going to do as instructed by the apostle, someone that is well versed, someone that is well educated, someone that has been there and have a great understanding, a made up mind. When we look here at verse 14, the Bible says, but without your mind would I do nothing, that your benefit should not be as it were of necessity, but willing. Paul is writing here to Philemon. I would not do anything, Philemon, without your concern, without your thinking, without your knowledge, without your mind, without your knowledge. And not because of a benefit or necessity, but I'm doing this out of the willingness. I'm writing you. Take him back to this place, and you will see that this one Onesimus, who might seem at one time unprofitable to you, was just there amongst the others. But if you take him back this time, that you will see a difference, a change in him. And Onesimus, by sitting down there with Paul and listen to his wisdom and his knowledge, said, listen to me, we're going to send you back. And this time, no matter what the circumstances or the situation was, you're not going back the same way. You're not going back. When you have a made up mind in whatever your venture, whatever you put your mind to do, you're not going to look at the canvas the same way you're seeing it. You won't look at the job the same way you're seeing it. You will not look at the boss. You will not look at the plight that is before you, the obstacles, the journey. I'm going to make it through. Though it might be hot, deserty, though you might be running out of water, you don't have that substance, but I have this tenacity, this bulldog tenacity, that I'm going to make it through this. We want to talk to you about this made up mind. And when you have a made up mind, not even yourself, this is the thing about having a made up mind, not even self. When the mind is truly in tune and the mind is locked in, come what may, yourself, though the body might feel weary, it might run out of strength. Your strength is almost gone, but there is something that's called a will power The will of the mind will you through whatever situation. Onesimus, Paul has got Onesimus in a willful situation that he said, listen to me. You got me, Paul. I'm fully persuaded by what your instruction is, and I am going back. Just because you said so. Because why? You're a man of wisdom, and you're a man of knowledge, and you're a man of understanding. According to the dictionary, when we look at the word mind, it says the element of a person that's enabled them to be aware of the world and their experiences, to think and to feel. The mind regard what is important, what it feels, and what the concerns about things. So your mind is that portion of your body that will get you to think and to see, to look to the left, to the right. You keep that keen, sharp awareness, focused, so that mind will keep you focused of the things that are, according to the dictionary, most important. Your mind don't worry about, it's like the news. Some people don't even pay attention to the news, or they don't worry about what's on the social media because their mind is far from it. Sometimes the mayor might say something, or the government, or these things are going on. And my mind, I don't even want to keep that in my mind because it's a negative news, or it's unimportant, or it's unrelated. So the mind learns how to filter out the unrelated things and to hold on to the things that are of our importance. Onesimus found himself in something that is important, and he said, I got it. Because I got to go back, because there's something there that I must do. There's something there that we have to find in our mindset in this day and age. What is so important? What is it that I want to do? I want to write a book. I want to open a business. I want to finish this class. I want to become a doctor. I want to become a lawyer. You got to get to that point where you got to have that made up mind and will yourself. If it's staying up through the hours of the night, through the mornings, to block out the television, to block out the music, to block out some friends, just for a sake of time, you can do it. Have that willpower. And when they talk about made up, paint these pictures. And made up is to be conceited, false, fabricated, or invented. Or when somebody have a made up stories, you put stories together just to have an example. You work on something, like the children would make up something and say something happened that did not happen. They talk about they have a friend. They call it now. They're little how you say it now, imaginary friends. I have an imaginary friend and his name is John. It's a made up story. They put things together just to keep themselves in a place of comfort. Something that was fabricated. They put it together. It's a lie. Sometimes we talk about makeup as putting on just to cover up even our natural skin. Some people putting on eyelash. Ladies know about that. Little makeup, little lip gloss to cover up their skin texture so that they can have a better appearance. So when you have a made up mind, you want to put something to have a better appearance, to change your outlook on things, to change your outlook on the perceptives of things. I know things in America seems right now with this COVID and that it's running rampant, this Delta variant. I gotta have a cover up. I gotta have a makeup mind. I gotta put on this mask. I gotta sanitize my hand. I gotta do whatever is necessary to make it through. Come what may, I'm going to make it through. If it's to wash my hands 10, 20 times a day, count the 20 seconds, wash my hands, to sanitize, to do whatever. I'm going to make up my mind because I will not falter to these things. There's things that in our way that we will not falter to it, but we will overcome it because we made up our mind. If it's to drink the tea in the morning or it's to drink some ginger or some garlic, I'm going to do whatever is necessary. It's a necessity of our mind, and we put our mind to it. A person that is put together in a way that enables themselves to change their appearance in order to think and to feel special, regardless of one's concern. To me, that's a made-up mind. That's a person you put together. I have the total package that is put together. I know what it takes to get this job done. I know what it takes to get over this hurdle. I know what it takes to do this, to finish it. I'm going to finish this task, come what may. And I'm going to make up my mind that if it's the door, it's the phone, I'm going to put you on Do Not Disturb. If it's the social media, I'm going to block you out for a season. If it's the television, if it's to go out to the clubs, if it's to go out to the parties, to hang out with my friend, I'm sorry, just give me one season. Just give me some time. I got to put this on hold because I got something that is of importance that I want to put together. I got to get this done. And I want nothing to stop me. Onesimus wanted to get something done. Paul said, go back because I see that you are profitable to me, though you might seem unprofitable at one time. But now I recognize there's something deeper within you. And if you just stick to that task, you will see the end result. Don't run from it, Onesimus. Go back. Open that chapter again. Revisit that place again. Revisit that thing again. That even though when you go there, they might not look at you in the same way. Matter of fact, they will not see you in the same way, Onesimus. I guarantee you, Philemon will not look at you and he will not accept you in the same way. When the prodigal son, he ran away from his father. When he came back to his father did not see him the same way. The father did not receive him the same way. The father received him joyfully. You are coming back and you're going to be received as a brother. And I guarantee you, there will be a change. Make a way of thinking firm that is unlikely to change. You have to make a way. Make your mind up. This is it. That's what I'm going to do. Make it firm, planted in your mind. That if my friends call me, that if my boss try to irritate me, that if my friends try to do things that will cause me to get irritable, I'm making it firm in my mind that I will not falter. I've made up. I know what the pros and the cons are. I know if I step out of line, what is the end result, because I've seen it happen. Now I have what is called, I have experienced. So I'm not going to allow myself to falter again. I know what it is. I made up my mind last year that I was going to lose 10 pounds. I made up my mind that I was going to start to go to the gym. I made up my mind that I wanted to start a book. I made up my mind that I want to go into a club or to be in a book club or to be a part of an association. But something there and someone there and something caused me to back. But I'm making up my mind this time that come what may, I'm going to stick firmly to that task because I want to see the end result and I'm not going to falter. Might bring pain, it might bring grief. But with the pressure, it's going to bring out great result. It will refine me. It will show me what I'm made of. I can be an example to say, you know what? I stick to the task and I've seen the end result of it. Verse 14, when we look at it, it says, you will see the benefit. And it should not be as if it was of a necessity, but willingly. You want to do this willingly. Not because somebody forced you to, or somebody making you or push you to do it. Because when somebody push you to do it, it is not of your own. You don't have that taste for it or that feel for it. Your mind is not even there. You might sit down there in the situation, you wonder, man, I'm doing this just because that person says so, or this person says so, or somebody just dragging me along. And you're like fighting, like pulling the dog to walk. But no, you want to go like a lamb to the slaughter, like a sheep to a shear. You just go freely, willingly, easy, and just let it done. Because when you go willingly, your mind will be at point or at peak. You're ready. You'll be at readiness. Every little detail, every minute, and your mind will be like a good steward. You want to take down all information. You don't want to miss anything. Even as the preacher is preaching, your mind is not even up on the preacher, but your mind is down on the piece of paper, and you're writing down, okay, I got a notebook, and I got the note, and I'm taking notes. You don't even want to jump to shout because you might miss something. I got to collect this information. I got to write down everything. You got to get it. When you have that, you do it willingly. Just like the professor in the classroom teaching. Take notes. You don't have to keep looking up, but take notes. Notes will get you here. When you have a made-up mind, Philemon, you will not act or feel as if you are under some type of constraint. But whatever you do, it will be of willingly and not of necessity. When we look at, there are some people, the athletes, mega stars that has been out there on the field. Usain Bolt, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, we call their names. Stephen Curry, Derek Jeter, Darryl Strawberry, just to be multivariants. Barry Bonds, and the list goes on and on. All these athletes, all these superstars, they had what is called a breaking point, and a point that they had to push through. Even Kobe Bryant himself, when he talks about working tirelessly, he always put himself 2 hours before his competitors and 2 hours after his competitors. Usain Bolt, even when his body tired and given out, he knows that he has to stay on the track because there is something that not just his coaches put in him, but he wants to attain. You have something in you that you want to attain, and you got to push through it, push through the pain, push, 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 and you will see your body will be at a good variance. Your mind will open up. You will be more ready. You'll be at readiness for whatever comes your way. The Bible says to the Bereans, be like the Bereans, study to show thyself approved. When you put yourself in a certain way, like these men, they step on the court. Wherever they step on, they are mastery of their craft because they have put in the time and they have put in the work. When you have that made up mind, nothing can stop you. You are perfect in whatever you do. You don't do what is necessary to they do what is necessary to perfect their craft. You don't do what is necessary just to be out there to say, you know, I'm satisfying somebody. But when your mind is made up, come what may, you're gonna get the job done. Get the job done now. Somebody is depending on you. Somebody is relying on you. Somebody needs you. Somebody out there. When you make that example of, you become a role model. This mindset that you have, we can look at all these art athletes, the Usain Bolts, fastest man in the world. Somebody is modeling, I want to be the next Usain Bolt. The Barry Bonds, the Derek Jeter, the Kobe Bryant. I want to be the next. I want to be the next Kevin Durant. I want to be the next LeBron James. I want to be the next greatest three-point thrower, Stephen Curry. They had a made up mind. I'm going to make up my mind, whatever the time is. They put in these hours, 12 hours, 13, 14 hours. I want to put in 15. And I'm going to make the mind. Whatever your job is, the principles that they used work. If you put these principles in play, you've been sitting down on that book. I want to write the book. God give me the vision. I want to tell it to the nation. Things been stopping you from getting it done. I know I'm talking to some of you. Things been stopping you from getting to the classroom. You know, I started college, but something didn't work out. Let it work out now. Push, push, push. You're never too old to pick up that pen. You're never too old to get back. You're never too old to start something. It's only you stopping you. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. God has given you the strength to make it through. Get that mind made up. When your mind made up, don't turn back. When we look at verse 15, the Bible says, "For perhaps he therefore depart for a season, that you should receive him forever." The saying, absence make the heart go fonder. This may be penned for such an occasion as this. Onesimus departed from Philemon for however long it was, but it created a divine providence. God knows how to use an extreme occasion, no matter how harsh or painful it might look, to bring about this perfect will. Onesimus was there with Philemon in the field, working for this master. Philemon probably wouldn't even look at him in the same way. But Onesimus took his Lenten journey. But now this once unuseful, unprofitable slave, his master is worried about him. His master misses him. His master is inquiring about him. I got to get my slave. I got to get him back. I need him back. Absence. Onesimus, no matter how painful or harsh it would feel to him, forces himself to go back to his master, who he has run away from, stolen from, cross-country line. And as you see, he crossed that county line, as we speak of earlier, about 1,000 miles into Rome. This was a very serious offense. But he returned to the scene of the crime. It's time to go back to that place. He returned back to the scene of the crime, not as the same, but as a changed man. Just like we talked earlier about the prodigal son. They both returned back to the scene of the same crime. Come back to his father and his brother. His father did not look at him the same way. Philemon did not look at him the same way. Return back to that place that you've been running from. Get this made up mind. Because there's something there that you have to accomplish. There is something there. There's a lot of Philemons out there. I want to talk with us the next, I want to close out this the next time and just wrap it up. But you will see Philemon, when he returns, he brought about a change for those that were in bondage. He brought about, years later, he brought about what is called a revolution that would free the slaves. Because he came back with something that was benefit to Philemon. Onesimus shows Philemon ministry, helped him out. And a lot of other owners, even it's not written, but masters, they realize that if we allow these people to be, then they can be more profitable or more beneficial to us. If Onesimus did not return, then maybe it would have delayed this progression. It would have delayed the works of God. But God uses him in this book of Philemon to be an example to the people and to God, that God can do extremely situation where man thinks nothing is happening. All we see in you as just a lame, as a workman, as a tool, as an instrument. But God will have you to be his workmanship, his tool, and his instruments in the field that you labored in. It might be harsh. It might be painful. It might not look to your will. But as we see that, you will always feel more affection for those that you love when they passed or parted from you. Just like the prodigal son, Onesimus chose to return back to the place where he has been once run away from. Make up your mind to confront your obstacles and difficulties that faces you today. The moment you take the stand, you will see that things are not as bad as they suppose. In the book of Ephesians, verse 6 and 13, it says, "Wherefore, take unto you the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand, you may be able to withstand in the evil days, and having done all, to stand." Have that made up mind that you will say, I'm going to stand. I have the desire to get the house. I'm going to stand. I'm going to do whatever it takes. I'm going to get back to the drawing board. A righteous man fall 7 times, but he has the wisdom. He has the knowledge. He has the strength. He has the tenacity to get back up. Don't stay down. Have that will. This is the season and the time when it's only the fittest of the fittest shall survive. Be that one that will say, I will stand even in this evilest and trialous days. I will stand and I will get my task done because I had a made up mind. Come back again and visit me when I close out this book of Philemon. And I want to wrap it up to show you the marvelous handiworks of God that he has done by using Paul as his mouthpiece and Onesimus as his tool and instrument in this playground of Philemon. God bless you and thank you again. This is Prophet O'Brien.